composting basics, how to make compost every 2 weeks, and cheap and free potting soil. Before you go out and buy that pre-made soil, let me give you the simple steps to making your own compost. Then you can easily make your own potting soil. This formula is the most cost-effective and minimal effort formula that I've used consistently for years. And yes, I have had amazing results time after time. Composting is pretty simple. When you compost, you're reducing landfill waste. It cuts down on greenhouse gases and overall contributes to the health of Earth. Hug a tree, kiss a bunny. With this formula, you can effectively make fresh compost about every 2 weeks. You need to know and understand the chemistry behind composting. You need carbon or brown materials, and you also need nitrogen or green materials. For this formula is 30-1, 30 parts carbon and 1 part nitrogen. Let's not make this complicated. The brown materials or carbon are easy to find. Good examples are used coffee or tea grounds. After brewing these, there's not enough acidity left in the actual grounds to acidify your soil anymore. Leaves raked from the fall. And my favorite, used hay, preferably from your animal cages, like rabbits, ducks. That type of manure inside that hay doesn't have to age like cow manure. It can be readily used. Your green materials are more of your grass clippings, potato peelings, or any vegetable or fruit scraps. And my favorite to add to the compost pile is eggshells and banana peelings. Both of these have key nutrients in helping plant growth and fruit production. I keep a container in my kitchen to collect these scraps daily. Now you know your materials and have gathered them, so it's time to select a location in or near your garden. The shorter the distance, the better. Makes for a lot less walking, preferably full sun all day. The hotter your compost is, the better, and the faster it breaks down. You want your pile about 3 feet wide, 3 feet long, and 3 feet high. Here's a picture of mine. It's not glamorous at all. Now you've selected your location and you've gathered your carbon and nitrogen materials. Start layering your materials with a 30-1 ratio like a cake until you've hit your 3-foot height. Water well till you see drainage, and then finally place some cardboard on the top and call it a day. After 2 days, turn your pile multiple times. You'll notice the heat it has created. This means that it is working and the bacteria is decomposing the raw materials. It should have moisture at all times, so if you notice that the heat isn't present or that it is visibly dry, add water. Repeat this process every 2 days. And after about a week, you'll notice more worm activity, which is also beneficial to your compost pile. Once 2 weeks have passed by, check your pile's temperature. If it has fallen below 100 degrees Fahrenheit, it is ready to add to the garden or make potting soil. Here's a picture of my compost pile after it's been turned. How to make potting soil. And to make potting soil easily, you'll need 1 part compost or peat moss, and I like to use both. 1 part topsoil, part sand or perlite. Already have your compost. Your topsoil is very cheap and even free if you know a farmer or you don't mind a hole in your yard. Sand is also very cheap and even free if you live near a river or a lake or any beach. That's all there is to it. Mix these ingredients all at equal parts to make your own rich potting soil. I've done this in the past to even amend rocky and clay soils.